I am here with sweet little Kylie. She is my Natalie Full Body Silicone by Izzy Zhao. I love this baby, you guys. And I want to, by the way, before I forget, I want to send a shout out to my friend Annie at Annie Banani's Nursery because she adopted Willow number three, number three prototype by Claire Taylor. Oh, that the Willow baby is so cute. I really, number two I think was the one that really like kind of grabbed my heart a little bit. He is the ethnic kind of African American version of Willow, but number three is really cute too. So she posted a picture on the Claire Taylor Facebook group, and I was like drooling. He's so cute. Anyway, congrats, Annie, and for all of my other friends who've gotten new babies recently, congrats to all of you guys. It's so exciting. I've been so busy at work, and I've been. You guys are gonna. I don't know if I'm the only one who does this, but like rewatching a TV series. But about a year ago, I really got into the show Scandal, which is which is no longer on the air anymore, but I binge watched all 7 seasons on Netflix, and then when it was over I felt like major withdrawal, and so now kind of like half a year later I'm rewatching it again. And anyway, so I've been like watching that and watching some other shows and movies. I was watching I was watching the Golden Girls, and because my library now has some of the DVDs, and so that's been really fun. I just love that show. It's so much fun. But I haven't been watching as much YouTube lately, so I apologize if I haven't been on and commenting on all y'all's videos as much. But life has just been crazy, and life is more than just dolls too. So anyway. But I wanted to talk about a topic. It's one I've been thinking about a little bit, and I'm going to change Kylie into this really cute, kind of two-piece outfit by Carter's while we chat. And she's wearing a beautiful knit that I got from Jenny Lee. I don't know where you can buy a knit like this, but it's gorgeous. I would love to find some preemie knits, come to think of it. But yeah, guys, I actually haven't been shopping very much for my reborns and silicones. I've been feeling just a lot of guilt for just I guess first of all the financially, right, how much I've been spending on the hobby, and then also feeling guilt about just the time that I spend on the hobby as well. And honestly, it's really not that much time, but it used to be a lot more time. Like I used to take more time to paint. Lately, just with everything, everything just being so busy, I haven't been able to paint as much, and I haven't had as much time to make videos. But so I try to squeeze it in when I can, but I feel like, I guess the finances is definitely a big deal. There was a really, I got a, really rude comment that actually thankfully got filtered out for bad words by YouTube. It kind of went into my spam folder, so I deleted and blocked this person immediately. And what's discouraging is she's actually, seems like she's pretty active in the doll community. And because I noticed on Facebook that we had over 100 mutual friends, and so that so that just goes to show that sometimes the mean, nasty comments don't come from, we might like to think, oh, this couldn't be somebody from our community. These are just random internet trolls, saying rude things. But this was somebody from our community, and anyway, but and I think that she is a collector as well, which is like really crazy to me. But anyway, one of the things, and this is by no means kind of the reason for the topic, but she was basically saying like, I guess there are a number of like accusations like in the comment, but one of them was, why are you spending time with these dolls when you have a real child? Okay, so that was like number one. And then I think another accusation was something around like showing off and pretending to be well off or whatever, but not being, or whatever. So So I'll start off by saying this, like, from, financially speaking, we have our ducks in a row. I've been very thankful that to have a good job. Our all of our bills are paid. We're not in debt except for our mortgage. We do have a mortgage. We do own a home, and we do have a mortgage. So, but yeah, but financially speaking, our ducks in a row. We have a healthy savings. I've never gone into debt to buy anything, for this hobby ever. Okay, so I have had a few times when I've dipped into savings to bring home a baby, but I've more than replenished the savings since then, and I really, generally speaking, I really do try to live beneath my means. We're fortunate to be able to do things like go on vacations and things like that, but it's a trade-off. Like for us, we choose not to live in a huge home and not to have a huge mortgage so that we can have some more discretionary income to do those things. But with that, I do feel guilty sometimes though for just the amount of money that goes into this hobby. Okay, so I do feel guilty. And I think the other comment around, if you have a real child, why are you spending time with your dolls when you could be spending with your real child? That is like a completely ridiculous accusation, because I spend so much time with I work full time, but the time in the evenings before they go to bed, that's my children's time. I paint after they're in bed. I do my videos after they're in bed. Okay, so if you'll notice, I'm usually here. The lighting's not great because it's usually late at night when I'm filming videos for YouTube, and so this is all time that would be me time that would otherwise be time I would be watching TV or reading a book, or painting my nails or whatever it is I want to do. So I think that's completely like a crazy thing that this person accused me of. So I don't feel any sort of guilt about that, like, but in terms of time spent on the hobby, but it's not just because for me it hasn't been that much time lately. I think initially when I got back into the hobby after having not collected for a long time, I went crazy, you guys. I was like thinking about reborns and silicones all the time. There were so many box openings because this hobby has a way of just, you catch the bug and you just, I don't know, for you kind of just go crazy. This doesn't just happen with me. I notice this has happened with many other collectors as well. So I know this is not an uncommon occurrence, but yeah, I just it's just been, that was just how it was. I feel like I'm settling a little bit more into a steady state with the hobby. Like I haven't been buying as much like baby clothes, recently. And yes, I did go a little nuts with several custom orders I decided to get with just babies I felt like I couldn't pass up. But I might be done for a while after these next few babies come home. I don't know. And yeah, and I'm thinking I want to try to thin out, my collection a little bit. Definitely with the Paradise Galleries babies, we just have too many of them. We don't even have room for them. Some of them are in like these bins in the garage by this point because we don't have room to display them all. So I do feel kind of guilty about sort of, I guess I feel like those were maybe, weren't wise purchases, not because of the cost, because those babies were very affordable, comparably speaking, but because I don't really play with them that much. So I do sometimes feel guilt about, certain purchases in this hobby that maybe in retrospect I wish I hadn't made. But for the most part, most of my babies I was looking at them thinking, is there anyone here that I would want to let go of or sell? And not at this point. Like I really feel pretty happy with my collection right now. I'm pretty content. Um, but I think one of the hard things about this hobby is new babies and new sculpts are always coming out and always tempting us, and so it's so hard. Sometimes I wish that, and I think I had done a video about this a while ago, but sometimes I wish there was a way that we could, I guess, sort of borrow these babies for a while. Because I think sometimes we get bored, or, we kind of just want a new face in the nursery. And, I don't know, sometimes it'd be nice to be able to kind of just borrow a doll for a little while and then return it. and maybe just borrow a baby for a month or something like that. I think that'd be really fun. Dress it and things like that, and then send it back. And I guess sometimes, when people buy and sell, or when we as collectors buy and sell babies, it is a little bit like that. It does kind of feel like we're just borrowing them a little bit for a period of time, because they don't stay in our collections for that long. So I've had some babies like that came and went pretty quickly. So, but yes, I mean, I guess going back to the rude comment, which I was just like, okay, this person's getting like blocked immediately. And, I just couldn't believe it. And if you want to know who it is, feel free to private message me. I will tell you. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that when you're a mom, you feel a lot of guilt as it is just being a mom, because you feel like, you have this feeling that, everything you do should be for your children, and almost guilt of, taking any time just for yourself. But, like what I've kind of learned, and I know a lot of moms and parents in general struggle with this, you need to take care of yourself so you can be a, a better person for your kids. And so I, yeah, so that's just kind of, what I, how I feel. And so, if I need to take, if, my evening times to kind of decompress and, make a couple of videos, and honestly, I'm only making 4 videos a week, and I usually do them over a couple of nights. So so it's really taking less than 2 hours of my time a week, for YouTube, in terms of making the videos. I mean, answering comments, that does take time throughout the week, and I kind of just do those here and there when I can. And then painting is time consuming too. But, again, I'm painting usually after they're in bed, or let's say when my son is down for a nap, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not going to feel guilty for the time I spend in the hobby. I really don't spend that much time with my dolls aside from when I'm making videos. I really don't. I just have a lot going on. So I, so anyway, but I do feel guilty about the money. Sometimes I do sometimes just feel like, well, these dolls are really expensive, and maybe I could have even more savings if I hadn't made all these purchases, right? So I do feel guilty about the financial part of it sometimes, for sure. And especially now that the babies are getting more and more expensive, the silicones, I've kind of just sort of decided I'm not going to pay those like super high prices. I just, I guess technically I could afford to, because I have the money in savings, but, it's not wise. It's not, I think that, if I were, like a multimillionaire or something like that, then maybe, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But, we're still, for me, I feel like I'm still in that phase where, we're trying to, kind of, save up, and, at some point in the future, save up for retirement, for example, and all of that. So, and hopefully pay off our home someday. And so all of those things are important. Those are priorities. This is a hobby, and I know that these babies are, they're wants, they're not needs. And so that's something I just have to remind myself at the end of the day. But yeah, but that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to address, that really negative comments, probably one of the worst comments I've ever gotten. And I won't even go into what they said about, something about Audrey, like, if I spent time teaching her to talk instead of like, and cleaning her room, and I guess buying her like nice clothes instead of buying my dolls nice clothes. I mean, honestly, that's just silly, because, when you're a growing child, you are, yeah, I mean, you outgrow your clothes so quickly. And, and the kinds of clothes, like these like frilly dresses and stuff, Audrey has some really nice clothes, okay? So, I'll just say that. But she more often just enjoys wearing like her Old Navy t-shirts and dresses. And she does have, we do buy a lot of tea collection for her. And my kids are very well taken care of. So I really thought that was just an incredibly rude thing to say. And, her room is really neat. It's not like she has like her drawings and things all around. And yes, it's a little cluttered because we've bought a lot of stuff for her. So it's just, but yeah, I mean, I just couldn't believe this person. It's just like incredible, like what nerve to leave a comment like that. It's just unbelievable. I have a feeling this person might be a supporter of somebody that I have kind of spoken out about, like who has bullied others in the community, and I've spoken out in defense of a couple of my friends, and maybe she's aligned with that person. I don't know, but whatever. I mean, it's just so like ridiculous. I just kind of had to roll my eyes, and it's cool. Not everybody is going to be your friend in this community, and it's that can be hard to accept sometimes, but that's just the case. So, all right, well, sorry to end on a kind of a weird note, but that's really all I wanted to say. But I guess, like, when you think about, I don't know if you guys feel these feelings of guilt sometimes. Like, I do sometimes just feel like, especially when the hobby gets like weird and there's all this drama that, I understand that feeling of like that some people have had of just wanting to get out of the hobby completely. But I love these dolls, and I do. And even though I go through phases where sometimes I'm more into them than other times, I still love these babies, and I still think this is an amazing hobby. So anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And for those of you guys who take the time to leave like nice, encouraging comments, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And, this is just one of the things that happens when your channel gets a little bit bigger, and we are getting so, I don't know how many subscribers we'll be at by the time this video comes out, but we are so close to 20,000 subscribers. And I will need to figure out some type of giveaway to do when we hit 20,000. So please like this video. Please share some of my videos with your friends. Leave me a comment and help us get to the 20,000. That would be so exciting. And I am just very, very grateful to all of you guys who come back and, watch consistently. It means a lot to me. And thank you for all your support and just for your friendship and encouragement. I've been on YouTube now for about almost 2 years now. Wow, it's just hard to believe. So it's just an awesome feeling to just kind of really be a part of this community. So I really appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody, and I will talk to you later. And Kylie's going to say bye, and I'm going to go and give her a snuggle on the couch and watch my next episode of Scandal. All right, bye, guys.